Today, I'm going to show you the importance of hiring a great general contractor and a couple of things you can do to make sure you don't get burned. Hiring a general contractor versus hiring a subcontractor. We had another video that we talked about where we hired subcontractors. Now we're talking about if you want to build new construction, you want to do a large remodel, or you just want to make sure that somebody else is over the job. With a general contractor, number one, you want to make sure they actually have a license. You don't want to be paying anybody who is just another subcontractor. Make sure they're licensed by checking the state site, checking their license, and also check their limit. So if they're bidding on a $50,000 job, but their license limit is only $25,000, that could be a major liability for you. So make sure of their job limit. Once you get that contractor and you're talking to, I definitely recommend doing at least 3 to 5 contractors and going to look at their projects. Go to their projects, make sure that you're able to look at their finished work and talk to people that they have used before. And that's gonna be your telltale sign. If you say, hey, I would like 2 to 3 people you've used and I would like to talk to them. If they get, no, we don't want to do that, we don't want to, then it's just not going to be a fit for you. If they can't be recommended by the people that they've used in the past, you need to stay away from them. That is just a recipe for disaster. Matter of fact, my first build ever, my general contractor went bankrupt. Crazy. Ended up making $1,000 off that deal. Absolutely insane. And had I did some of my due diligence up front in that deal, I would have been able to alleviate all that. Back to the general contractor. You want to make sure that you do 3 to 4. Once you get those 3 to 4, you want to make sure that you are going to 2 or 3 of their projects and asking for referrals. Then how do you pay? Most general contractors are going to want something up front. Hey, we want you to pay for material, we want 50%. Most of the time, if they are worth their salt, they're gonna want something up front. Now, what you can do and what I did when I was new is I would only pay for material and then I would do labor on a draw basis. If they wanted material, they would bring me the receipt. I would make sure my material was on site, and then I would pay for the material. I would also not ever meet a general contractor the day they bought the material and give them a check that day. It doesn't work for timelines, and it also makes it extremely difficult for you to scale. So you wanna let them know, hey, if you buy material Monday through Friday, I'll pay you the following week on Wednesday. And then I always check to make sure the material is there before I pay you. And that's really the conversation. And then you're gonna do a draw process with the labor. When you are 25% complete, you're gonna get 25% of the pay. When you are 50% complete, you get 50% of the pay, so on and so forth. Now, something I highly recommend is never pay the general contractor in full until the day of closing on the property. The reason behind that is I usually like to keep about 10% pulled back, because that 10% that we have pulled back saves you from having to go get somebody else to finish the job. Even good contractors get busy. And when they get busy, those last little touch-ups you need to close your property get overlooked. But if you have a couple of $1,000s left on the project, they're gonna be a lot more inclined to come back and make sure that they do that properly. So guys, we talked about how to pay and what to do. Now we're gonna talk about how do you find. The number one way that I find new general contractors is I go drive around and look at projects. So I'm gonna talk to the subs there, who is the person that's running the job, try and get their phone number, because if they're doing somebody else's job, 9 times out of 10, they've been vetted. Now, you still wanna do the first 3 things I talked about with the vetting. Number 2 is Craigslist and Facebook. Facebook these days seems to be one of the best places to find general contractors, and it gives you a really good place to see their reviews. If their reviews are crappy, most likely they're going to be as the same. Really good opportunity in Facebook and Craigslist. And then the last one is just networking. Going to your local real estate event, going to anything that has networking with general contractors, even your local happy hour could have a really good opportunity to have those general contractors. So make sure that that's kind of where you're going and get quite a few in each different one, and make sure that they know you're not gonna do just one deal, you're gonna do multiple, and they're gonna be more willing to work with you in the end. In review, so number 1, make sure that you go and look at the GC's projects, make sure that you are talking to a couple of referrals, and make sure that you don't pay too much up front. Don't ever pay 50%. Just pay for material and then 25% of labor. Those three things are gonna save you a tremendous amount of time and a tremendous amount of money. Hope this helped you on your real estate investing journey. As always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and go follow us on Instagram and shoot us any comments that you have on your next rehab project.